Okay, Les, it's time to get on the phone. And he is Mako number 27. He's played 29 games at hooker. He's co-head coach with Gray Cornelius. It's a welcome to the show, Dan Perrin. Hi, Dan.
Good morning, mate. How we going?
Very well, mate. Hey, listen, congratulations on your appointment. How excited are you to be co-head coach of the Tasman Mako?
Oh, mate, it's always been a dream to coach where I played, and this union gave me my opportunity as a player, so to be able to give back and help set up some young men to success and take pride in the province is extremely excited and extremely privileged to be in this position, so I can't wait.
So you're going to be co-head coach with Gray Cornelius. Tell us a bit about Corny.
He's a top man. We've worked together for a few years now in a number of teams, and he's got an excellent rapport with the players. His ability to be able to engage them and get them to learn is pretty unique, and the way he coaches and his mannerisms are right up there. So technically and tactically really sound as well. So he's a really good man. Loves the attack side of the game. Got a real nous for the game and understanding of what it takes to win. And he's been a passionate Mako and a local lad over in Blenheim too. So yeah, looking forward to working with him.
So do I take it that means you're going to have more of a focus on the forwards?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep, I'm sort of looking after the low numbers, the big boys. So Corny looks after the backs predominantly and runs the team attack. And yeah, I'll be there looking after the set piece, making sure he gets that top quality ball there.
Oh, excellent. It all starts up front, Dan, as we know, so you got the big job. The last time we had co-coaches, of course, was 2020, and we won the premiership under that sort of coaching regime.
No pressure, Les.
So, Dan, you got a job to
do. No, pressure's a privilege, mate. Mate, we've only ever seen the co-head coach model working in Tasman, Corny and I, and even last year it was more Goody and Chow working together than Goody himself. So, it's just the secret to success potentially for us here in Tasman. There's a lot of chat around co-head coaches, but we've got a real good open relationship amongst the whole coaching group, and I don't think there's one of us that's any more prevalent than the other, and we're really open in discussions and have real good conversations about the team and where we're going. So to be able to share that with Corny and obviously Jimmy Ma and Hawani's, really exciting.
Yeah, no, look, it's the way rugby's gone. Leadership groups now rather than leaders. We see that with the players as well. There's always a strong leadership group driving the team as well. So, yeah, I think it's a great thing, Dan, and already we can see in the office just the energy that's coming out of the team room, the coaches' rooms, with all of you guys, including the strength and conditioning and physio, all engaged and prepping for the season. So we wish you very well. It was a big week, wasn't it, for Tasman, with three teams named awarding black jerseys to various players, which started, of course, with the announcement of 5 All Blacks from Tasman. How did you feel about that announcement?
Oh, mate, it's always really exciting. Just as excited as probably the players. I think us coaches, we all huddled around the TV screen and zoomed in. Gray and Hawani from Blenheim were all sitting there nervously waiting as well, and we're really excited for them, to have guys obviously reselected, and Leicester being a new addition, thoroughly deserved as well, might I add. You're really proud for the province and really proud moment for the players. So, yeah, we're sharing their excitement.
I mean, it's a tough gig, isn't it, Dan? Because the Mako team over the years has grown and obviously won the premiership, and all of a sudden the teams become in focus, and next they're All Blacks, and you lose them. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it just provides another young fella with an opportunity to take it, and that's how we view it. These guys have earned the right. All they're doing is paving the pathway for someone else to come into their jersey. And as you've seen, and as we'll probably talk about, there's some real exciting young talent around this place, and we're looking forward to those guys getting their opportunities in the next year or two.
Yeah, so to summarise that, we lose Finlay Christie, Davey Harvilli, Will Jordan and Sevu Reece and Lester Whanganuku to the ABs in their campaigns, but yeah, there are 5 young men ready to fill their shoes. But just before we move on, you get back Shannon Frizzell and you get back, Tyrell Lomax.
Yeah, so I think in Shannon's situation, I think just being injured through the back end of Super Rugby, just didn't quite have the fitness levels and the game time from what we're hearing to go straight into Test Rugby. It's a fairly big step up. So, yep, we'll welcome him back with open arms for a few rounds at Tassie, but all things being equal, I'd like to think he'd be selected for the Bledisloe campaign for the All Blacks if he's fit and healthy. And with Lowy, there's it's interesting selections up top with who they've gone with, and I feel I had Lowy in the All Blacks team. I think his work rate around the field coincided with his scrummaging. He sets him apart. He's got really nice soft skills for a tight head prop around the footy field, and scrumming's only one part, but he'll fight his way back in there. He's only a young prop and he's still got a lot of development to do, so I'm sure he'll be back in black no time soon.
Yeah, so obviously the selectors were a bit concerned about the Irish front row and they've gone with some old heads, but I agree with you. I think Tyrell Lomax at 25 years of age is very much the future, and no doubt he will get more All Black tests as his career unfolds. So congratulations to those 5 All Blacks. But Tyrell Lomax, of course, did get selected as a Maori All Black along with Alex Nankerville. So great for them to put on a black jersey in July.
Yeah, he'll still get his crack against the Irish, won't he? So he'll have a bit between his teeth for that one.
Yeah, he's got a bit to prove, hasn't he, in those midweek features for Maori All Blacks versus Ireland. So yeah, it'll be great viewing, that's for sure. Now, the third team where black jerseys were handed out is an area where you have a great interest and background. So it's the under-20s. You were coach of Tasman under-19s in the past. You must be so proud to, for the first time ever, have 5 Tasman players named in the under-20s, the most we've ever had before being 2 in a tournament. Yeah, you proud about that?
Oh, mate, extremely proud. These young fellas have worked tirelessly since they left school. They've earned the right, they've put in the work, and now they're getting a little bit of reward for it. So to appreciate what these guys do in a semi-professional environment at 18, 19, 20 years old is really unique. In any sport, I'd suggest, having to work and study and gym at ungodly hours and then perform on a Saturday, to be able to put themselves in these situations is the work ethic that's required to make it at that level, and the character and attitude these guys show is, really proud, mate. And coming from Tasman under-19s and also coaching the Crusader under-20s, I think 5 players from Tasman and 7 from Canterbury, so 11 all up for the Crusaders under-20s to make that New Zealand under-20 team's just phenomenal, and some outstanding numbers getting produced in the top of the South. So
yeah.
It's
a feather, all right. Chris, just so our listeners know, those 5 players are Mako Springer from Waimea Old Boys, Noah Hotham Nelson Club, Viliami Napa'a from Waitoi, and those 3 played last year for the Mako. They made their debuts last year when we had a whole lot of All Blacks and injuries out. And the other 2 are Monu Molly from Wanderers and Nicola Vaikena from Maris. So absolutely proud as punch for these young men.
I mean, Dan, one of the big pluses about the Mako concept franchise is just the ability now to recognise the depth that we've got in the region, and now the opportunity to just play at a much higher level, not only in New Zealand but overseas. Yeah,
that's correct, mate. And the pathway that's now being provided in the top of the South, and I just want to recognise the work of our first 15s, our 3 schools in the region that play in the Press Cup, Waimea combined, Nelson College and Marlborough Boys are producing some outstanding humans with great character first and foremost, but an outstanding skill set and level of understanding of what it's going to take coming out of school to be able to succeed as a rugby player. So those 3 schools are doing some outstanding work along with the other schools that play rugby in the under-18 and second 15 levels. and that's just producing the talent that we know we've got in the region for us to be able to succeed at the Mako. It's I remember reading an article the other day. I think it was about 2009 when New Zealand Rugby were threatening to pull the pin on Tasman. There was an article and stuff that popped up in one of my social media feeds, and reading that and what could have happened and all the opportunities that may have been lost from that now we have and these young people have is really, really proud of what this union's achieved.
Yeah, we often look back and discuss those tough times, but without the vision of guys like Max Spence and Shane Drummond and the Mulburian side who decided that they didn't want to be Red Devils but would support the Mako concept, it is marvellous that everyone dug deep and saved the Mako from being booted out by NZR in 2009. And it's created this great pathway for young men to come out, and women to come out of our schools and colleges and progress through the ranks. So, stuff that the coaching group are awfully pleased about, I'm sure. So, last but not least, we approach the Mako season. Your first game is on the 7th of August against Southland for the Clark Dermody Cup in Blenheim. So, what's going on with regard to the build-up towards that?
Yeah, well, 28 players involved in Super Rugby, Les. They're all starting to trickle back now. There's obviously a few involved in the final on Saturday night, which is going to be a ripper and a great occasion for both teams and our players involved in that. And so a few of them are still on. They get a 2-week break after Super Rugby, depending on where they've finished. So we've had a few guys from Moana Pacifica, the Fijian Drua, the Highlanders start trickling back into Nelson, and you'll see a few of them partaking in club rugby over the next couple of weeks, which is really exciting. They were keen to get back here, seeing Luca Inch and Willie Havili for Kaharangi this weekend. Jim Tavatavanawa, the difference, was back the week after Super Rugby running water for Central. So these guys love coming back into the region. So we're just connecting with them, setting them up for what's going to be a short and extremely tough NPC campaign. We've got a tough run. If you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best this year, and we're setting these guys up for a good 12-week run and getting to the back end of the post-season final series and setting ourselves up for that. So a lot of planning's being done. Now it's just bringing the players together and getting them excited for the campaign.
Well, Dan, we really appreciate your time on the show, and we wish you all the best for the coming season. It's going to be a lot of work, but looks like you've got a lot of talent there to experiment with, and we're really excited and looking forward to the season, and all the best with you and Gray, and we hope to have you back on the show again when we can see how the season's going.
Yeah, more than happy to jump back on, and thanks very much for the opportunity, so look forward to it.
Yeah, cheers, Dan.
Fins up, DP.
Fins up, mate.
Cheers, lads. Fins up.
There you go, Les. That's Dan Perrin, who's the co-coach with Gray Cornelius for the Tasman Mako. So a new coaching team. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, so they were assistant coaches last year, as he alluded, to Goody and Shane Christie. So they've been in the family. And they're joined by a couple of new assistants, as he mentioned, James Marshall, Jimmy Ma, and Hawani McDonald from over in Blenheim. So that's really exciting. It's a good group, and he has a wonderful manner about him. He will be an excellent communicator with his team. He'll be firm but fair, but his communication is one of his strengths, and also he's really keen about community engagement for the Mako during the course of the season. So we look forward to talking to all of the coaches over the next few weeks, but getting Dan back at the pointy end will also be marvellous. So excellent conversation with our co-head coach, Dan Perrin.